From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, August 22nd. We are going to have another hot and exceptionally humid day today, mostly sunny, with humidity values, the dew point values, in the low to mid 70s. That's a lot. It's going to make for some miserable weather. Highs are going to be in the low 90s with heat index values set to near or even go over 100 degrees. And new data shows more than 8,500 daily heat records were broken nationwide in the last 30 days. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says it expects nearly 450 more to be broken this week. Our Storm Track 8 meteorologists say yesterday was the hottest day of the year so far, and we might be even hotter than that later this week. And Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams says dehydration is a top concern this week. He says babies and elderly people with medical conditions are most at risk. Dr. Adams, he warns against leaving a child or other people inside hot vehicles. He says someone can die within minutes. He also says it's important to bring body temperature down at night. Otherwise, it can gradually build and lead to disorientation. Dr. Adams says people should keep an eye out for their pets as well this week. Indiana's near-total abortion ban is in effect. The state Supreme Court announced yesterday it denied rehearing a challenge from the ACLU. Justices ruled Planned Parenthood and other healthcare providers could not prove their case would be successful. The law bans abortions in almost all cases with limited exceptions. Women can still access the service for up to 10 weeks into pregnancy in the cases of rape or incest, and up to 20 weeks if there's a fatal fetal anomaly. Women can also get an abortion to prevent death or serious health complications. The abortion ban still faces another lawsuit over religious challenges. The State Court of Appeals is set to hear that case next month. Madison County now has a new coroner after allegations of mismanagement ousted the previous one. The county's Republican caucus voted last night on a replacement. Adam Matson got 78 of the 87 votes. The previous coroner, Dr. Troy Abbott, resigned after last month's allegations of overspending, bills unpaid, and dozens of death certificates unsigned. It's not clear when Matson will take over the coroner's office. Police say a man is injured after he was shot while driving on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Officers think it happened near 56th Street and Reed Road just after 12:30. Police found the victim on 46th Street at a Pike Township fire station near Eagle Creek Elementary School. The man told officers he was driving when someone started shooting. He's now stable at the hospital. No word yet on any possible suspects. And this morning, firefighters are commending a group of bystanders, including a former Indy 500 driver, for rescuing a man from a lake on the northeast side. It happened in a gated community on Clearwater Point. IFD says Kimberly Bogle, the fiance of former Indy 500 driver Matthew Brabham, noticed an empty boat in the water. She jumped in and found a 78-year-old man unconscious under the surface and pulled him to a dock. Her fiance's parents, former IndyCar driver Jeff Brabham, his wife Rosina, a friend, and a UPS driver all helped get the man out and called 911. He was taken to the hospital. Investigators say it's not clear how long he'd been in the water and his condition isn't known. A new report says former President Donald Trump has already taped an interview with Tucker Carlson to be aired as counter-programming for the first GOP presidential debate. According to CNN, the interview will be released around the same time as the debate tomorrow night. It's unclear how or where. Trump confirmed Sunday he would not participate in the debate. Some of his rivals are criticizing the decision, including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
I think he owes it to people. I don't think our voters, I don't think they're going to look kindly on somebody that thinks they don't have to earn it.
Candidates are set to take the stage in Milwaukee tomorrow night at 9. And Trump says he'll surrender to authorities in Georgia on Thursday. He's set to face charges of illegally scheming to overturn his 2020 election loss. According to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, there will be a hard lockdown of the area surrounding the jail when Trump surrenders. The former president's bond is set at $200,000. President Biden is promising to support survivors in Hawaii. He and First Lady Jill Biden arrived in Maui yesterday, 13 days after wildfires ravaged the island. The president took part in a blessing ceremony with Lahaina elders. The Bidens also got a first-hand look at the devastation. They toured block after block of charred buildings and trees. The president says the federal government will help Maui for as long as it takes. The fires have killed at least 115 people, making the fires the deadliest in the U.S. in more than a century. People in southern Texas are preparing for Tropical Storm Harold. Rain is already moving in the state. People in the state have been picking up sandbags ahead of the storm's arrival, and people in the southwest are working to dig out of the mud after Tropical Storm Hillary. The storm made landfall in Mexico before bringing torrential rains, flooding, and mudslides to Southern California. It was the first tropical storm to hit the area in 84 years. Officials say they rescued nearly 50 people. No deaths have been reported. Thousands of flights have been delayed or canceled because of the historic storm. More than 1,000 U.S. flights were canceled Sunday, and about 5,700 were delayed, according to FlightAware. As of yesterday afternoon, 190 Southwest flights in the U.S. had been canceled. Travel experts say airlines generally rebook people on the next available flight if theirs is canceled, but if you chose not to rebook your travel plans, the federal government guarantees your right to a full refund. The Missouri man accused of killing an Indiana state trooper could face a jury early next year. Eddie Jones Jr. appeared in court for the first time yesterday in Hendricks County. State police think he intentionally ran over and killed Trooper Aaron Smith in June. Jones was running from police and driving a stolen car at the time. A judge has set the trial to start on January 9th, 2024. Jones is due back in court next month. No word yet on possibly moving the trial out of Hendricks County. A trial date is set for the armorer charged in the fatal Rust movie set shooting. The judge announced a February 21st trial for Hannah Gutierrez-Reed yesterday. Gutierrez-Reed has pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering. Defense attorneys say that Gutierrez-Reed asked her assistant director to call her back into rehearsal if actor Alec Baldwin planned to use the prop gun. They say that didn't happen, leading to the 2021 shooting. Prosecutors have said Baldwin fired the shot that killed the movie cinematographer Helena Hutchins. They're now weighing whether to refile charges against him. A federal judge is set to decide whether Texas can keep a floating barrier on the U.S.-Mexico border. It comes just days after the state repositioned the large orange buoys closer to U.S. soil. Republican Governor Greg Abbott says the barrier was moved as a precaution after it claims it had drifted to Mexico's side of the river. Both the Biden administration and Mexico want the buoys removed. To the Colts, the team is giving permission for Jonathan Taylor to trade, but want a first-round pick in return. That's according to ESPN. This comes despite Colts owner Jim Irsay recently saying a trade wasn't on the table. As we've reported, Taylor requested a trade after the team announced it wouldn't give him a contract extension. The Colts are now asking for a first-round pick or a combination of multiple picks in return for Taylor. And the team's practices with the Eagles today in Philadelphia. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez says he's excited for the regular season. He is returning this year after suffering an Achilles tear during training camp last year. On Saturday, Sanchez played at Lucas Oil Stadium for the first time since January 2022. The Colts kick off the team's final preseason game against the Eagles Thursday night at 8 o'clock. And in business headlines, the amount of money most workers want now to accept a job reached a record high this year. It's almost $80,000 a year. Employers have been trying to keep pace with the wage demands, pushing the average full-time offer up to $69,475. That's a 14% surge in the past year. Higher wages have been a big factor in inflation. American Airlines pilots have approved a new contract that will raise their pay by more than 40% over 4 years. It also increases contributions to their retirement plans. Auto loan rejections have reached an all-time high. The Federal Reserve says 14% of surveyed applicants said they were denied an auto loan in the last 12 months. Drivers getting denied auto loans are not just those with bad credit or insufficient funds. Many have been impacted by economic conditions outside their control. Members who still receive DVD rentals from Netflix got an email last week thanking them for their business and offering a gift. The email includes a link where members can request to be mailed up to 10 extra discs in your mailbox. These bonus movies will be mailed out on September 29th, the last day that the DVD business will be sending out shipments. Gen Z is searching for sad music on Spotify more than any other generation, leading the streaming platform to dub the past few months a bummer summer for the youth. In comparison, it's the 13th most searched term for millennials. Nearly all indicators of poor mental health among high schoolers increased from 2011 to 2021. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.